Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk all about something brand new called whiskey beer. I have Damien Cashman here from Clonakilty. Am I pronouncing that right?
Clonakilty Irish.
Clonakilty Distillery.
Yep.
Greg Radowich and Marty Giuliano from New England Brewing Company out of Woodbridge.
Correct.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
should be
for having
all
us.
smiles because you have a brand new product.
Yeah.
All right. Whose idea was it to take whiskey and Fuzzy Baby Ducks, which you guys make, and put it together?
I suppose it was my idea after a couple
Well, you
of...
should take credit for
Yeah,
this,
okay.
Damien.
Well, it was myself and Marty were having a couple of beers in Milford at a lovely little restaurant called Bonfire. And through the cloudiness of a couple of more beers and stuff, we kind of came up with, you know, I told him about how I was working with Clonakilty and how we were exporting and importing into the US, and I thought it would be a great collaboration to do something with Fuzzy Baby Ducks, the IPA.
And you said...
I said it's a great idea. There's only one other distillery that I know of that's done something like this, and I thought it would be a real
Where is
neat
that
project.
Is it in this country? Or?
No, Jameson's.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so I thought for a smaller local distillery like Clonakilty and a small local brewery like ourselves, it could be a really fun project. And so we sat there and we talked about it, and after a few more conversations after that night, it
seemed like a good idea.
It seemed like a great idea.
So, Greg, did you think this was a good idea? Because
Yeah.
you're in on this too.
Yeah, I was very excited. I got to brew the beer and also age the beer in the barrels and package them to send over to Ireland. So yeah, I was very excited about the collaboration.
So just really quickly, for folks who don't know about New England Brewing Company, how did it come together? How old are you, and what is happening there?
So we started, the owner of the brewery started the brewery in its current form in 2002. We're one of the first craft breweries in Connecticut. Now there's
like 100 now, right? 104.
Open, and there's probably another 20 on the books to open up this year. So, but that's how it came about, and we've been around for a while, and we've grown and grown and grown. We've moved into a new facility 6 years ago, which the owner thought we would be good for the rest of his career. And we've maxed out that facility, and we're currently in the progress of looking to build a new facility to grow again.
How many beers do you have?
We probably have that we distribute.
Yes.
There's 3 technically of packaged beers that we sell, 1 regularly and 2 on a limited basis. And they are Sea Hag, which is our flagship, and then Super Not IPA, which is a limited IPA that we released just this year. And then another beer used to be called Gandhibat, and it is now called G-Bot.
For short.
For short, and to appease some pushback we got from the general public on using the word Gandhi in a beer.
Yeah.
And so it's worked out great. And
how popular is this beer? Fuzzy Baby Ducks.
Fuzzy Baby Ducks is really popular. This originated a few years ago, and it started out as kind of a joke. And people were like, you know, it was when everybody was getting into IPAs, and so they were like, oh, let's name it something really funny so that when people come in and the beer geek come in, they have to say, and so they were like, can I have a Fuzzy Baby Ducks? And our local artist who works in the tap room, Craig Gilbert, designed the label and of the unicorn with the rainbow and the ducks, and
there you have it.
Yeah, there you have it. It's a super popular beer. We get lines out the door when we release it.
So how many times a year do you release it?
Probably about 10 to 12 times on a limited basis.
All right. So we've been talking about this whiskey beer. Let's roll the video so that you can all see what is happening and how they're aging this.
Clonakilty is a boutique distillery from Ireland, and I think the best way to tell our story is to partner up with other pioneers.
In the craft brewing industry, we're constantly looking at different ingredients and how they would work with different beers.
We've taken barrels from Kentucky, we have filled them with Fuzzy Duck IPA, and then we're going to send them over to Ireland. We're going to reintroduce whiskey into the barrels.
The beer will produce flavors like citrus, tangerines, tropical fruit. The whiskey is going to impart fruit, fresh cut grass, earthiness.
We'll get some flavors imparted from the citra hops that come from Fuzzy Baby Ducks into the whiskey.
I think the citrus notes are really going to complement our single batch whiskey.
So if you tried Fuzzy Baby Ducks, you've tried Clonakilty, now you get to try the intermingling of the two.
That style of whiskey could take off. I think the exciting part will be how do you build on this project and create a series.
I think a lot of people will appreciate a boutique Irish whiskey, especially one that's founded by a great family like the Scullys.
All right, so this comes out October 1st. Are you going to make enough of this? Because once word gets out, I'm thinking people are going to want some of this.
Yeah, people are really excited about it already. It's going to be limited, allocated quantity. We're probably bringing about 250 cases in. It's our first shot, go at the collaboration just to see how it goes. But from the feedback we've got already, we already have a lot of great plans for alternative collaborations the other way around and vice versa. So we're really excited. I know you guys spoke about the Stout Trooper and stuff. So
who called up Kentucky and said we want some of these barrels? How did this happen? And they said what to you?
I source barrels pretty regularly as part of the job, so I use what are called barrel brokers, and they contact distilleries, and I'm looking for certain characteristics, mainly just something that's dumped very recently. So there's still a lot of spirit character that I can impart into the product that goes into them.
So you get the barrels and then you ship them to Ireland?
Well, before that, we introduced the Fuzzy Baby Duck into it first, and we let it sit there, I think in this case, for like 12, yeah, it was, yeah.
So then then it goes to Ireland, and it sits there for how long?
So it sits in Ireland for about 8 weeks. So where we mature the whiskey in Ireland is a very, very volatile climate. It's right on the wild Atlantic way. So when you put liquid into a barrel in that environment, it really reacts really fast. It goes in and out, it courses through the barrel. And with that is we didn't want to overdo the flavors because the Fuzzy Baby Duck naturally is very citrusy. It has a lot of tropical fruits, and you have to be careful not to impart too much of it. So really careful with the nuances between it, and I think we're all pleasantly surprised with how fast it worked in about 6 to 7 weeks, you know.
So did you taste it over there? Or
yeah.
So you all went to Ireland?
That was just me.
Just him. We're working on the other part of us going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to go.
Yes.
All right, so what did they think about this in Ireland?
They're super excited about it in Ireland. You know, there's so many boutique distilleries popping up. You know, we started in, the 1960s. There was like 3 distilleries in Ireland. Right now we're at about 89 distilleries, so it's growing.
Like beer is here?
Yeah, absolutely, except we're kind of more concentrated on distiller like Irish whiskey, Ishkabaha. So it's really exciting, the movement towards Irish whiskey. And Irish whiskey itself in the US is growing like about 425% since 2001. Year on year, it's the fastest growing category within the whiskey category. So it's just amazing. I think that there's a natural appetite and excitement for Irish whiskey, which we hope to capitalize on, especially with collaborations like we have. It's really exciting.
So you've already collaborated. Is there more to come? Do you just lay awake at night and think of, if I take this and put it with this, we'll get this?
Yeah.
I mean, are you a mixologist kind of in your head?
Imparting certain flavors from both the beer and the barrels is a really exciting idea, to work with a whiskey company and see what combinations we can come up with.
How long is this partnership going to go, do you think? Because, I mean, if Fuzzy Baby Duck, what are you going to name this beer?
So so this, as you can see on the label, we called it a Fuzzy Cask.
Finish.
We couldn't put baby on the bottle because there's the EU regulations. We couldn't put that on, so for importation into the US, so we just called it the Fuzzy Cask IPA.
And what's the can going to look like, or what's the bottle going to look like?
So this is the bottle. This is
the bottle.
This is the actual bottle.
So you poured one bottle of what you made?
I managed to grab one bottle. The rest of it is on the high seas right now, and it'll be in Connecticut probably the end of September, for sale October.
So this is the actual one.
This is. As you can see, we had some just to make sure it was okay.
Well, sure. I mean, you have to check that out. And it seemed okay. So when you drink this and it goes on the palate, what do you taste?
So I think you were most excited because you were like very eager to kind of see what was happening and how the fuzzy was going to really interact with it.
The hop that's used in the beer is typically described as very orangey, citrusy, some floral notes. And That comes through nicely in the whiskey. It's very nuanced, but it's just a subtle touch that you get that elevates the mouthfeel and the flavor of the whiskey.
All right.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, I can't wait to see this come out on October the 1st. And if it's a roaring success, then you're going to have to really get busy. I appreciate you coming on. Damien, Greg, and Marty, thanks so much.
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Spend all night kissing and the ball was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.